Hey everyone, this is DZMaven here. It's time for another Gunpla review. And today I want to take a look at the real grade Tallgeese. Now this kit caught my attention last year as one of the few non-Gundam real grade kits that are out there. And you know what? I have a personal love for the Tallgeese. I think this is one of the most interesting and best non-Gundam mobile suits ever, and to have it in real grade I think is pretty awesome here. So I built this kit last year and I picked it up and put it together, and you know what? I think this is a pretty good kit, so I kind of want to talk about it for a little bit here. So this kit came out in April of 2018, retails for 2,500 yen, which is the lower end price of real grade. So this means this is a cheaper real grade and it's a good real grade, and I both like cheap and good. So this checks off both of those boxes for me. So anyway, so here's the completed kit here. One thing I do kind of want to really point out here right away with this kit here, spinning here a little bit here, is when you first start taking a look at this kit and open it up and bring it out of the box, you're going to notice right away that the white plastic on this kit is a high gloss white plastic, very reminiscent of the high gloss red plastic that was used in the real grade Sinanju. I think this high gloss look really kind of makes the Tallgeese kind of stand out a little bit better besides other Gunpla that's probably standing next to and everything. So I think it looks really nice on this kit. Now it does have that typical two-tone color approach that most real grades have. You have that high gloss white and you have sort of a slightly off-white, sort of a very, very pale gray tone color, which you can see in some of the other parts here, like the bottom edge of the thrusters and on the cockpit hatch and everything, a little bit on the back vernier here. But it also has all the yellow coloring, and this is very much following the look and scheme of the master grade Tallgeese, and I've heard a lot of people say that this kit is basically a scaled down version of the master grade Tallgeese, and from what I can tell and from pictures I've looked at, that sounds pretty accurate here. So anyway, let's get a little bit into the articulation here. Okay, so getting into the articulation here, something I do kind of want to mention real quick. As with most real grade kits, they usually use the advanced MS joint frame on the inside frame of the kit here. But Tallgeese is a bit unique in the aspect that there really isn't a full advanced MS joint inner frame on this kit. Bandai only did the advanced MS joint for actually a few of the joints on the kit, mostly in the legs, arms, and a bit in the torso here. It doesn't run throughout the entire kit like it normally would in past real grades. So this is a trend that Bandai is starting to lean towards with their real grades now, coming into the future. They're going to start reducing the use of the advanced MS joint, and they're going with something more of a master grade style inner frame that you have to assemble as you're building the rest of the kit instead of having it pre-assembled ahead of time. But even despite that, the articulation on the real grade Tallgeese is still pretty good overall, I would say. So starting up at the head here, the head can turn around basically like that. It can lift up a little bit here, so you can kind of get it to rotate a little bit, or just comes right out here. Little piece in the front here can actually move just a tiny bit here. Make sure I stay in camera here. Cockpit hatch will open up like so, front. Now in the torso here, can bend side to side slightly, but can bend back and forth a little bit like so. That can bend around. There is a locking mechanism on the very back here, so you can kind of lock the back in place with a little tab here. You can push that in. That will lock the back in place here, so it really can't move around, provided it actually stays put. But it's really more for keeping the back from tilting back so far when you have these big verniers on the back. Now in the arms here, elbow joint, pretty good. Typical ball joint in the hands here. You can rotate at the arm up there. Shoulder armor can rotate a little bit like so here, and can bend up about that far. Not the best, but not the worst either when it comes to lifting the arm up here. But that's about far to go. And as you can see here, the shoulder actually comes out of the torso, so it can bend forward about that much or back about that much here, and then it slides back in. Moving on down to the waist here, there's some very, very tiny skirt armor on the front here. It doesn't really move by itself, but this little piece will flip up and a little thruster will come out like so, like that, just like that. Now these big side verniers on the sides of the legs are kind of interesting in the fact that they do attach into the legs via a little ball socket right there, into the hole right there, and that kind of helps keep them in place when the figure is basically in a standing pose. But if you want to bend the legs around a lot, you're going to want to have to unplug that, and so you can kind of free the leg up so that it can move around like so. As you can see there, got our knee bend. This little piece comes out separately, pretty nice. This is where the advanced MS joint is kind of inside the knee area right here, and that's what that's for. As for side out, and come out about like that, pretty good here. Move back about that far. Now back on this little side thruster here, these little ball socket that can kind of tuck in right there, and it can open up like so here, and there's a little bit of a metallic foil sticker that goes up inside of here just to give a little bit inner detail and everything. It's kind of the same story on these back skirts here. They move about like so here, but they do open up as well, like so, and there's another vernier thruster on the inside here. Generally I kind of leave them open probably like about that much here for having it opened up and everything. Now down on the feet here, pretty simple here. They don't go side to side too much here, about like that. There's no toe bend on this here, but there is a front toe bend like so. Foot can move all the way up that way, can move all the way down like so. Okay, so on to the main unique attraction of the Tallgeese, and that is these massive backpack vernier units here. They do open up in the typical fashion of the Tallgeese, with the sides opening up like so, and your thrusters on the inside. These thruster barrels can point downwards a little bit here. See if I can get that going here. And the little fin on the side can stick out like so. Now we do get some additional opening up of this system here. These back parts will open up like so. So there's a third thruster hidden inside of here, and this plate here will open up a bit, if I can get it without coming apart, just like that. So now you got the backpack vernier fully opened up, and you can see how it looks closed up next to each other like that. Now the joint that these are on is actually connected underneath the shoulder, right here, kind of into the side of the torso here. I hear this is the way the Master Grade does it, and I think this works really well. Because I know in some really old Tallgeese kits, the verniers were attached to the shoulder armor here, which is really awkward. So I'm kind of glad that this is done this way here, because it kind of keeps the verniers free from the arms now. So as you can see, this joint can move up and down like so. Verniers can rotate around completely like so. So you got a lot of range of posability with the verniers here on the back. So you have a lot of options to get them into very nice poses without compromising the arm movement. So I think this is really good. Okay, so let's start talking accessories here. So as you saw in the kit I had the fixed pose closed fist hands. You do not get the posable advanced MS joint hands with this kit. Bandai is kind of starting to phase those out now, so I wouldn't expect to see those type of hands in many future real grade kits from here on out. But you do have a pair of the closed fist hands. You do get a pair of emotive open hands. You get a pair of standard holding hands. These are straight holding hands for the weapons. And in addition to that, you do get one angled holding hand. This is mainly for the beam sabers here. This allows the beam saber to kind of point out straight from the arm of the Tallgeese. This is pretty nice. Okay, so here we have the shield of the Tallgeese here. This is the attachment bracket that goes into the shoulder. Let me show you the shoulder joint right here. Basically, you just flip this little hatch out here, like so, and then this just plugs in, like so. Actually, that's upside down. It's not very intuitive sometimes the way that goes, but there we go. It goes like that. So shield attaches in on this little joint, can move around pretty well. I think the shield looks like it hangs off the body just a little too far. I think that's just my opinion on this here, but it still works pretty well here. Let me take this back off so I can show you the rest of the shield's gimmicks here. So all of this, the gray parts kind of come through the white along with the red, so very nice part separation here. On the back of it, you have the beam sabers here. They are on these nice little flip out levers here, so you can flip out. Tallgeese can easily grab these, and provided they don't come apart like that, you can easily pull the beam sabers off like so. There is a little handle here, a little flip down handle. Now the kit can kind of hold this by the handle. It doesn't do it very well, but I mean it can do it if you really want to and finagle around with it. You can pretty much make it work if you want. But it's usually better just to keep the shield hanging off the shoulder bracket here. Okay, and here we have the Tallgeese's main weapon, which is the Dober gun. This is very nicely detailed. I really like the look of this Dober gun. It's a lot of nice detail on this thing. It looks very mechanical, very industrial looking. The ammo pack on the back can of course come out like so. There's this little movable hinge right here on the back of the ammo clip here. The main handle is actually pretty nice on this. I really like what they did with the handle in here. It doesn't really stay fixed pose here with the main weapon here. It actually is on this little multi-sliding ball joint here, and it's just coming out so that the Tallgeese can easily hold the gun off to the side and not have its forearm kind of get stuck underneath here or blocked by the magazine on the Dober gun here, which is really, really great. I like that. I kind of wish Bandai could do this sort of thing with the weapons on some other kits out there. So, because I know there's a lot of weapons on other kits here that kind of had the same problem where the handle is up here, yet there's a bunch of junk on the back end of the weapon that just kind of conflicts with the back end of the forearm. So you can't really ever hold the weapon straight. I really like what Bandai did with this, and from what I'm aware, I think this is the same thing that was done with the Master Grade Tallgeese, so I would have to give some credit to maybe Hajime Kotoki for probably fixing this common issue. In addition to that handle, you have the forearm grip handle right here. This can move around like so. Lots of movement on this, so pretty nice. So there is kind of a firing gimmick on here. The gun can push back like so, revealing basically the shell casing ejecting out the back of the Dober gun right here. And this little lever part sort of pops down as a result of that here, so pretty nice looking little gimmick right there. And again, just like with the shield, this has a little attachment bracket that will attach right onto the hard point inside the shoulder here, so the Dober gun can easily be tucked along behind the arm, just like so. Really nice. And it can easily be brought forward. I'm going to finagle this a little bit here. So that can be held in front of the kit, just like so. And with the handle coming out easily, can easily hold this without any issue here. Alright, and the last weapons that the Tallgeese offers is, of course, the beam sabers. I showed you the handles already, which are normally located inside the shield here. Bandai gives you a pair of pink standard beam sabers, but they also, weirdly enough, give you a pair of clear beam sabers. I don't quite know why they did this here. Maybe in some version of the Tallgeese out there it has a clear beam saber, but not quite sure why that is. But I mean, it's there. It's a nice extra. I guess I can't really complain about it too much. I just don't know what the point of it is, but you have a clear beam saber or you have pink beam saber, so you have your choice here. And last couple things here, you do have your tiny 1/44 Zex Marquis figure here. Did a little bit of panel line wash on him there, and of course you have your action base adapter here as well. Now a couple of final things here. You do get the standard real grade stickers with this kit here. Since most of the kit is white plastic, the stickers go on pretty well, and a lot of the edges of the stickers can be hidden pretty well because of that. You do get a gold sticker for the inside of the head sensor, as I show you right here. So it does come with the faceplate of the actual way the head of the Tallgeese is constructed. There's a actual inside sensor similar to a Leo on the inside, and you do have the more Gundam-like faceplate that kind of goes on the outside of it, so you do have that. So there you have it, guys, the real grade Tallgeese. Considering the good articulation this kit seems to have, and you know, the nice extras you get with it, including the bonus clear beam sabers, which I don't know why you need those, but you got them anyway. There's a lot of nice detail in here, and you know, I haven't built the master grade Tallgeese, but you know, if it's as good as this, then I guess Bandai did pretty well by this here. So I like the colors. The stickers are pretty good. They're not an overabundance of them, and they do blend in well with the white plastic here. And with that high gloss white, it definitely makes the kit stand out a bit here to me here. So I give it a 9 out of 10. I think this is a pretty darn good real grade. They're probably one of the best ones out there, really. Maybe not necessarily, maybe in the top 5. Maybe in the top 5 for me. But if you have a passing interest in the Tallgeese or something, or a real grade kit that is not a Gundam, this is definitely one to consider taking a look at here. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review from me. I do got a few more reviews in the pipeline coming eventually. So leave a like if you like the video. If not, dislike. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys on the next review. All right, take care and keep on building. Bye-bye.